we are at this beautiful spot with the Trekka. It is the Cotton Tree Caravan Park. This Stockman Trekka 01. We've brought it up to SEQ campers. It's on display. You'll see us at the camping show, so come on down and you can check this one out. But let me show you how this one opens up. We can open up the big door here. Let's see. It's going to attach back. Look at this. The joys of camping right here on the waterfront. It is a little bit windy right now, but wait till we see sunset. It's going to be a beautiful weekend here at Cotton Tree. Opening up my door, the first things I'm going to do is I backed in here and I'm stoked. Look at this. This is level. This is my ride height airbag suspension, and it's looking really good. You know, a lot of great campsites like this are pretty level, so I can work with that. But let's just tweak it a little bit with the airbags. I want this to be great for Maud coming camping with me tonight. So I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna then lower my airbags. We're gonna power them on. Whoops, there we go. Power on the Cruisemaster suspension, and I'm gonna drop this side. All about getting comfortable. I do have legs at the back to make it more secure when we set it all up. But right now, steps down, check it out, electric step. It is just an easy, strong feature to get me in and out. And I do have a step light right there. Just like that, steps out, and all of this connected to electric. I have a one-touch button for my actuator. My roof tent is going up on these 4 controllers, and I do have a mesh screen that's actually a double insulated inside and out. Look at that. I've popped up this actuator electric power from 2.65 meters traveling to 2.95 meters. I do get a lot of space inside. I'm actually 1.95 inside that I can get around on this compact off-road van. Really like how easy this guy is. All my controls are right here. Even if I haven't turned on my main power, I can go here. What's going to happen on my electric awning? Get myself a bit of shade, looking a bit out there, and I can just set this guy up. Even just from here, look, I might just stop it there. What I do have is my choice here to put out this full 2-meter awning. So I've got 4 meters long, a lot of great coverage, but right now I'm gonna bring it out. We're right on the beach and I don't wanna peg it down. I just wanted that little bit of shade so I could set up the rest of my gear. Wow, and then I've got this 1400 bit of cover, 14 by 12. I can actually open this up and I could even get instant shade just from that if I wanted to in this brilliant outside kitchen. Part of this outside setup, because we're living out here. Look at this view. This is where I want to sit and enjoy, is my little outside table. You know, it's a 400 by 900. It's just going to add to my bench space there. Great place for my sunscreen, put stuff. And right away, I just get instant shade by doing this. Look at that, shade even on my drinks table, right through there. Induction cooking. Let's turn on some lights. Now this is very cool. Everything we set up here, airbags, awning, and putting the top up was all done before I turned on the main switch. Once I go in, set up all my main switch, which I can use from an app, I now have some underbench lights. I've got some lovely dimming lights on there that I can now use up and down. My choice was to put in the outside fridge. I've got my drink, salad. I can do kid snacks outside, and I've got this great little option here. Look at this cabinet light. So I want to work in there. I can actually see all the cans of baked beans and all my favorite tuna or the Norwegian stuff that Maud always brings. So I've got 2 big water tanks in here, but what I really like is my outside kitchen. I actually don't need that bucket. It's right into the gray water system, and I've got some extra. I can always check on things, get extra gear out here, but everything is just ready to use. On the side of the road, absolutely could pull over, do nothing, and just set up for a picnic at the beach. So it is a really great open feel in here. I've got quite a big hatch right above me. I can open that up nice and easy, hatch for the shower, but look at these great big windows, 1,400, 1,200 windows, and I can open them up, and all this breeze coming through is a really light and bright space. Right here I've got cupboard, sink, I've got access to plumbing, my fridge, 130 liters, plus my outside fridge. But one thing I noticed right away when I got in here was this double canvas. There's actually a vinyl on the outside for the weather, canvas on the inside, so it's gonna insulate it. When it's hot, I can then use the air con. When I need to open the windows, great breeze, and insulate in the winter with a double skin and a Midgie mesh screen. How good does that look? So it is a really good bench space right here. Sink, open this up. I like the feel and the use of this inside. Dimming lights right through there, so I can actually set this up, these lights on and off and dim, as well as my underneath lights. Look how cool that is. Now, if I've ever said this before, I have been caught out myself, I can't believe it, but left the water pump on and walked away and the tap running. So we've got an on-off pump switch right here. Look at that little light comes on-off pump switch right here to make sure I can turn my pumps off. It's just gonna ensure that I'm not wasting water on these big trips. Right there, hot water, diesel heater is all set up at the fingertips. Use it when you need it, turn it off when you don't. This is my inside kitchen. So I'm right up here, sitting on this mattress, 2040, so over 2 meters wide. We're 1,500 in the mattress, but the cupboards on the side make it feel really good. That whole body of 1,800 in here. And what we have is 200 mil thick. Now, I love a topper on the bed, but I'm thinking a 200 mil thick mattress is really gonna do me camping in comfort. Now, how do I stay cool in here? Aircon right above me, just like this. On the remote, sitting over there on my side of the bed, and we've got these fans. Now these guys are easy enough to use with the timer, with my setup, and I actually can have an app control or a remote control for these fans in here to turn them on with a remote control. So books, reading, all the stuff out of my pockets. I like that I can leave it there and it's not gonna roll away or fall away. I've got USBs up here, dimmable lights on my reading lights, but this headboard, I'm feeling like I am totally chilling. Dimmable here, on-off switch there, but I really like that I'm chilling with this padded headboard and really read my book, throw it in there, and order coffee from the window. Cool. So you can really get here. I can open this window or block out the neighbors. I've got my little security kind of sneaky storage in there. I bet that's gonna fill up with a lot of really nice little clothes, folded up items in there next to my bed, easy to use. So I can make that really bug proof, let the air out, close up for the night, but check this out, this cool little bright blue light to give me some atmosphere, really make it feel like my special place. So we've got this great storage on the outside kitchen, but look at this, under the bed, I've got a bunch of accessories here, but this can be used for your personal items. Probably where we're gonna put some of our stuff, to his and her drawers under the bed. Right now, some goodies under there. A long drawer, like let's make the most of this space. We've got a long drawer there to really get some other stuff in and out. But what did I hide on this other side? Cool. Now, what did I hide on this other side? I'm sitting here with my little bench. I live outside a lot, but when I want to, I can pull this out and I've got my table set up, stored in there, slide that out, right? I've got an 800 by 400 table and there's my legs maxed into there, and that's me setting up the little table. Like any good van here, we can actually move this out and get some access under there. So that's gonna be a little bit more of my deep storage. Look at that, I can put some boxes in there, but I've got access to behind my hardware and behind my air compressor. So So this has to be something that we're looking at as pretty cool, but I haven't showered in here yet. So let's see what the weekend brings. I've actually got this huge rain shower one here, and I've got my hot water. Let's see if we can just hide out here. Haven't done it yet. I can put on some lights. There you go. It's a magnet in the bottom of that to bring it around. So that magnet is keeping it all really nice through there. Ooh, there we go. So pop out right there. These little magnets in the bottom are actually keeping the weight down, and there's sections in here that they're magneting to, so it all staying together just like that. Put it behind my shower. Bang, bang, bang. Magnets are in. My shower is ready. Look at that. I got a bit of privacy now. So this guy here, right, is a great little security as well as fly screen. So that's giving me, I can lock it up here, go away for the day, leaving that open. How good is that little guy on my security? What we really came for. So this is how we've changed camping over the last 5 years. I can really see that me getting out and going and using the e-bikes is what we've been doing a lot lately. Let's open up, and just like that, this huge tunnel boot, look at that, 1450 by 860 wide. I've got this really good space. I could put a fridge in here. We've gone with the e-bikes. Now all this stuff, like my chairs, I'm gonna store my chairs in here. I can actually take a lot of extra weight here at the front. I've got some great modular racking, so I can put my Max Tracks out of the way in here, shovels. We've got some brooms, some other things I can attach to this, and just like that, my big recliner chairs, a bungee onto the side, and they stay there for this whole trip. Look at that. I could have power in here and a light just like that, open up. What a great box. Lots of storage in here, mats, camping gear, really versatile.